airplanes, a truck crashes in the median, ass-Wagons flying around me, temp signals, load updates, and more on this episode of
The Clutch Trucker Channel.
Clutch Trucker, filmed before a live and furry studio audience. That is Rusty, the world-famous meatball dog. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker Channel. Alright, today is Tuesday, the 18th. It is about 7:45 a.m. Central Time. I'm in West Frankfort, Illinois. I can say that now because I'm not on a hazmat load. This tiny little Mach 1. A lot of people don't know about it. That's why I parked here, because I got here about an hour and a half ago. And it was early enough in the morning that, I knew it was going to be hard to try to find a spot. There's that Road Ranger, that new one that's down there south of Marion, right at the 24 and 57 split in Illinois. But it looked really full as I was driving by. I'm like, let's not even bother with that. And there's a New Love's that's just a little bit further, I guess, just down behind me. But I knew that was going to be full, and Love's always get filled. But a lot of people don't know about this one, so I parked here. The actual parking lot's about a block away from the actual store, but nice concrete paved lot, brand new, lights, grass rusty. Can you ask for more? Okay, we'll get to the load updates here in a minute, but first I got some fun video to show you. Just a few different things caught on the road over the last few days, ever since I picked up the load on Friday. So first off, how about a temp signal? Yeah, this is as I was coming up out of south of Atlanta last night. And there's this sign, because they have a one-lane bridge is what it is. And so they've got a temporary light signal up. But I just see the sign saying temp signal ahead. And I'm thinking, abbreviation for temperature. Like, are they, they're measuring the temperature of the roadway up ahead? What the heck is this? No, of course, I get up to the one-lane bridge and I realize, no, I'm a moron. It's a temporary signal, but I read that as temp, like temperature signal. Then going around the 285 loop in Atlanta last night, you're going from 75, and all trucks have to take the loop, the 285, either east or west. You want to go west at that point, going north. And so as I'm merging on from that onto the lane that merges onto the whole interstate there, as soon as I can get over to the left lane, I'm going to get over. I turn my signal on. I'm looking. Nobody's there. I start moving over. And this ass clown comes flying by me. He has to be going 85, 90 miles an hour. Goes off onto the shoulder to whip around me because he didn't want to wait. All right, here I am on the ramp that comes from 75 to 285. This is kind of the feeder ramp. And you see I need to get over into that left lane that's just kind of merging on. I look to the left. Everything's clear. Turn my signal on. And I start to move over, and then look what happens. Hello! And now the Clutch Trucker zoom and slow-mo. Alright, as I'm moving over, watch on the shoulder there, because you'll see the lights brighten up as that car is starting to just fly right around me. There it comes, and hello! Yep. Whipping around me on the shoulder just because he didn't want to wait. What an ass clown. All right, how about a truck in the ditch? Yep, this one was after I picked up the load on Friday in Illinois. I think this is where it was, on, I believe, I-64. And there's a truck in the median. And now, the zoom and slow-mo. And on my way down through Atlanta, the first time, this is on Saturday, because I made it all the way down Saturday night, and I did a 34 down there in southern Georgia at Valdosta. But coming around the loop the other direction, and this is still daytime, I see an airplane off to my left over near the trees. Looked like a 747 kind of turning around or something, getting ready to take off probably. And then also to my right, just coming in to land, is a Delta flying overhead. All right, look there. You can see that 747 just turning around. Another plane flying over it above. And here comes the Delta coming in for your right. Look over there. There it is. Delta flying on in, baby. Of course, Atlanta is Delta's hub, so yeah, if you fly Delta and you're going anywhere in the southeast, you're pretty much going through Atlanta. What do you think? Yeah. Oh, and remember when I lost my entire wheel assembly off my rear axle on the passenger side of my trailer? And everyone would say, well, how would that happen? Well, you do your pre-trips? You ever do your pre-trips? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it just happens. It happens sometimes. Here's proof. Jim Fastbinder, a good friend of mine, sent me this picture when he was at a truck stop of another truck that lost it the exact same way. Proof it does happen, not just a clutch trucker. All right, and I know I've shown clips like this before. It happens to us all the time. That's why I've shown them a lot. You know, I move over to the left lane to pass a vehicle going slower on the right, and there's a car coming up behind me, and no, they're flying along, and they don't want to wait for the big truck, so they come whipping around the right and cut right in between me and the car I'm trying to pass. Dangerous as hell. And now the zoom in slow-mo. All right, here they come up on the right. Look very carefully, and they whip over, and guess what? They got to slam on their brakes because traffic's slow in front of them. All right, got the fun stuff out of the way first because I know that's all some of you want to watch, but those of you who are loyal to the channel and want to know what's really going on, yeah, that load I picked up on Friday, I picked up in, I was down in Cuba, Missouri after delivering those batteries in Boss, Missouri, and we were, me and Mark and Sosa were all working hard to try to find a load on Friday morning, and then Sosa found this hazmat load that picked up in Muskota, Illinois. Never heard of it. It's just east of St. Louis, over there off I-64, and it was some, I had to keep writing it down. Let me look at this. Hopefully I'm saying this correctly. Chlorothalonil. That's a big word. Don't know what it was, but it was hazmat stuff in totes, and I had to have two different placards on each side of the trailer, so finally got around to putting on my second set of placard holders, so I have two on each side now. So I got that done after I got loaded. So yeah, that one picked up on Friday and delivered in Valdosta, Georgia, not until 8 a.m. Monday morning. So I went ahead and just Friday, I only made it down to Marion, Illinois, about close to where I am right now. And then Saturday, I just drove all the way down to Valdosta, Georgia. Was able to make it all the way down there so I could pull a 34 and get a 34 reset. And those of you new to the channel or don't know or new to trucking in general, that means if you do 34 hours either off duty or in the sleeper or a combination of both, then you reset your clocks for the week. So you get a fresh 70 hours over 8 days to work, and of course in those each days you have 14 hours of on-duty time and 11 hours of driving time each day, but that you completely reset that so you have a full 70 again. So we call that a full 70 or a complete reset. So I got down there Saturday night, and then by 5:45 a.m. Monday morning I had my 34 off. The reason to do that is if you can, well then that just means you have that fresh 70 for the whole week, and you're not doing what we call recapping, where after 8 days, or after 7 days, and on that 8th day, then you go back and take what you did 8 days ago, and you subtract that from your week total, so you keep gaining hours every day. Problem is, if you ran really hard that week, you might not gain enough hours to then keep going. That's the point of doing a 34. Really, I've gone weeks and weeks and weeks without a 34 reset, and I've just been recapping, as we call it, the whole time. And you can run that way too. Just makes the arithmetic a little bit more difficult. There you go. So got that delivered Monday morning. It was looking grim. It was looking really grim, because Valdosta, Georgia, you're only 20 miles north of Florida, and getting out of Florida, so that region was terrible. Loads were paying $1 a mile, $1.25 a mile. You know, that doesn't even cover the fuel. And it was looking grim. I'm like, okay, I may be driving for free or really cheap. And then Mark came through with a load at the last minute. It was awesome. Picking up this load of herbicide, or herbicide, if you want to say, if you don't want to pronounce the H, like Herbert, or whatever. Anyway, in Cordell, Georgia. It's about 90 miles to the north. So got that. It delivers in Des Moines on Thursday. Like I say, here it is Tuesday, and I'm more than halfway there. What I did after I picked it up, I drove up to a truck stop and I just waited it out, because if I'd kept going, I would have hit Atlanta during rush hour on a weekday. No. So did a split, and then got going last night about 8:45. Drove through the night, made it up here about 6:45 this morning, here in West Frankfort, Illinois. Right off I-57, exit 65 is where that little Mach 1 is. I have stopped there at the gas station part of it before, because they got a little Caesars in there. You know I like pizza, baby. But then the parking's about a block away. Like I say, great place to park. I will park here again. There was still at least 12 to 14 spaces open when I got here early in the morning, and that's great. So this is one to stick in your little back pocket, you know. Well, thanks for tuning in for that one. Just a few road things I caught and some quick load updates for you, just to throw something else up there, right, Rusty? So I know last week it took me over a week to finally get around to editing that Chicago one, but yeah, that was kind of hairy, right, Rusty? Yeah, there you go. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe, please like and comment. Get to your comments as soon as I can. Sometimes takes a few days because I'm a working truck driver. There's Clutch Trucker at Instagram, Clutch Trucker on Twitter, and as always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty, out.
I like pizza. I like it.
We're gonna need a cage. Yeah, do that again. Show everyone how you can stand on your hind legs. Oh, see, oh, isn't that cute? Oh, so cute. Oh, there it goes. Go grab it. Oh, it's under your feet there, buddy. Sniff, sniff, you'll find it. There it is. Oh, yeah. Love them bacon strips, baby. Yeah, they're all just little pieces, because we're trying to finish off the bottom of the bag there of those bacon strips that Junior sent us. And we have a whole other bag, so don't worry. See, it's up there, all ready to go. We're just trying to finish off that one right there. But there you go. So we're doing little pieces. They all eat the same, don't they, Rusty? Yeah. And he loves them. Alrighty, Rusty. There you go. Happy dog look.